Blog Talk Radio.
Okay, so this is on the move unscripted. Please remember that this is unscripted, and so being that it's unscripted, and we are dealing with all kind of issues with Blog Talk Radio, um, just bear with us. So. We have tuned in to another. You have tuned into another edition of On the Move Unscripted with Patricia and Mr. Stout. And as you can tell, we're already having an unscripted type show. So please bear with us. So I'm going to play a little tune while we get everybody ready and rolling. Be right back, y'all. Let's go get that money. Let's go get that money. Let's go get that money. Like Adam and Eve and Bonnie and Clyde, we're a team. Different days, same story. Got to go out and get that money. Got mouths to feed and bills to pay. Got to put that S on my chest today. Superwoman, superwoman. Every superwoman needs her Superman. Superwoman, superwoman. Every superwoman needs her Superman. Hey, I gotta pick up the pace. No more time to waste. Gotta put on my case. I gotta win this race. I got far too much to say. Different days, same story. Got to go out and get that money. Got mouths to feed and bills to pay. Got to put that S on my chest today. Superwoman, superwoman. Every superwoman needs her Superman. Superwoman, superwoman. Every superwoman needs her Superman. Superwoman needs her Superman. Superwoman needs her Superman. Superman, please tell me you're on the line because we're having an unscripted day and it's about to drive me crazy.
Yes, I know we are. Yes, we are. We are here, and I think we also have Miss Van Miller with us as well. Sorry about that, everyone. Yeah.
We have to, y'all have to excuse us. We are having an unscripted day. Understand that you have tuned into another edition of On the Move Unscripted, where it's completely unfiltered, uncut, unscripted, and it's raw. So whatever you get it, right, Mr. Stout?
Yes, pretty much, man. Welcome back, everyone, for another week of the unscripted. And yes, I'm here with my radio wifey, Patricia and Mr. in the house. Yes.
How was your week, Boo Bear?
It was great. You know, it's been a little hectic. We're doing some things. Actually, we're gonna have another lady that we were also working with tonight. We're gonna have on the air with us as well. We're doing some production for her show that's coming up. In the Eye of the Storm. I'm producing for that, so it's been a little hectic with that, trying to get her stuff together, and it's been pretty good, you know. And then with that, and then we're also doing another thing with a subcontractor that we're working with, that we have some things with Renegade Radio, which is our station just dropped a brand new website for that. That was a huge thing. So we've been trying to prepare all week for this to get everybody. Yeah, 2020 is going to be very hectic, but we really like what we're doing. And we want to get everybody involved with that. And, you know, there's some things going on with you as well. So I've seen that, you know, for the Texas magazine, the TexasGate.org, with TJ Baker, we were talking to her, and she's like, she's going to get you in the magazine as well for, you know, about your book, This Can't Be Love, about your film. There's a lot of things that we got going on, man, and a couple of artists that we had prior last week that was on the show with E. Chris, and also some of the other artists that was on with this as well, Jimmy Allgood. So I'm doing things with them as well that's coming up for their shows. You know, they'll be starting to do their travel and preparing for a show that's coming up big as well. We're going to talk about that as well because I know that you were doing your thing in South Carolina and in Atlanta. So we got all these things kind of correlating with this, with everything with Van Miller as well. So that all this stuff is kind of coincide with kind of one another. We want to let everybody know what we're doing with that as well. So we're prepared for this show tonight. Yes, it is unscripted, but hey, we made it. Yeah.
You know what? I can't even believe I'm still awake because, you know, I've been traveling like a Hebrew slave because I actually took my daughter to Van Miller's event in South Carolina last weekend, the weekend before, which it was amazing, and I'm so glad we have her on the show. I love her. She got the best spirit. I am not lying. And then I went to Atlanta for my son because, you know, he performed at the pre-Grammy event. So I feel like I really had a cape on my back. You hear me?
Right. Superwoman, that's your song right there you got. That's awesome. That's why I'm glad you play that every show. That's awesome. Yeah. I've seen that live video. He torn it up. I was like thinking, why don't we have that song here on the show? Well, we gotta get that track.
Because that's not a song that he has actually released to the public. It's something that he was performing, right? So I haven't really released any of his music yet, but they really loved him. It was an awesome event. It was packed too. I was like, all right, now.
Yeah, it's the pre-Grammys, man, and the Grammys was actually on Sunday that just passed, and that was a big deal. There was a lot of big names that won some awards. I caught some clips of that, you know, as well, and I know unfortunately we just lost one of the great basketball players as well, Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gigi. We did a big thing for that as well. We had a moment of silence, actually, we did, and we're going to do some more things with that coming up for this week for you guys to stay tuned for that on social media as well.
I just want to say real quick, Mr. Stout, I just want to say to his wife and to his family and close friends, and all the people that lost family members on that helicopter, because it wasn't just him and his daughter. It was like, I think 9 people. And I just want to shout out to all of them. My sincerest condolences. I'm so sorry for y'all loss. And I really pray for peace that surpasses all understanding for all the people who lost loved ones. You know, for all of my son was a big fan of Kobe, so he called me on my ride back to Ohio and told me about it. So I just, you know, I pray for the families because, you know, we knew Kobe Bryant as the basketball player, this, that, and the other, but his wife knew him as my husband, my daughter. That was family. That was, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah. It's a big deal. Yeah. You know, I remember when he first started, he was one of the guys who was drafted right out of high school, and I remember him playing with Michael Jordan. That's how far back he goes into the basketball game. You know, I remember watching. I'm a big, Chicago Bulls fan, so I remember watching Kobe play with one of the greatest of all time. So I was like, this kid is going to be somebody. And then I like watching his career in the game out there, which was great. But then, seeing the philanthropy that he did, all of those things, and giving up his time for just the average people. That's why people love him so much, man. As I said, it's not always about money, man. You give your time and be charitable and show some love, and that's why so many people around the world have been affected by this. And definitely condolences out to all of the families out there who perished, in that tragic accident.
Yeah. Yes, my heart just really yeah. So I know we have some 2 guests. I'm excited. We have 2. Let me tell you something. We got 2 powerful businesswomen on this show tonight. Each one a powerhouse within their own, business or genre or whatever. We got a doctor. You know what I'm saying? Who definitely is she got a podcast out, right? Don't she?
Right, it's coming out. Yeah, it's coming up soon. Just those things actually we starting within a week or so. We're gonna get those dates for that when she comes on. Dr. Amarie Stormm, and she got a show called Eye of the Storm. And we also have an international fashion designer, right?
Woo-hoo. So back to Dr. Storm before I get on Miss Van Miller, because I could be on her all night long. She, I met her personally. She got a little bit of a heart,
Right.
But for Dr. Storm, I was reading her bio and I was blown away. You know what I'm saying? That she was was an overcomer of the bullying and that she used to be in a domestic shelter like myself. So, me and her gonna have some things to chop up.
That's gonna be it's gonna be a very good conversation with that right there. Yeah, when we've been having some great conversations because we've had, we had TJ Baker and Wisdom Hunter, and they all have their stories, which is very good. Also with E. Chris, he had a story, and it was just these things that we're having. We're letting it's like we're unscripted, but these things are they're coming together for some higher power that's bringing these kind of things together, that someone has a story about, what it is that we can help each other out throughout this. And this is going to get more into it, so you guys stay tuned for that. It's coming up within the next hour, but right now we have our big guest right here. I'm just I'm very excited too to have that on the air as well.
Oh my gosh. So Van Miller is I got to meet her in South Carolina, and we're going to introduce her when we come back from our quick break. But I got to meet her. I took my daughter. My daughter has always loved modeling. She's one of them ones that when you look at her, she always got a camera taking shots and pictures and Instagram and Facebook and everything and all that kind of stuff. She's always loved modeling. She's always been into that whole beauty thing. So anyway, when you told me, you actually are the one who told me about Van Miller, and I was just like, you know what? Let me go check this out. So I got off work, didn't even get to stop and do nothing. Picked my daughter up and drove 8 hours to South Carolina so that I could let her be a part of that. And I'm so glad that I did. Like, the women were beautiful, and they weren't just all little skinny stick women who look like all they eat is carrots. These were women of different ages, different sizes, you know what I'm saying? Beautiful women. And my daughter, when my daughter was kind of nervous at first, right? But when she interviewed with Miss Miller, she said that her spirit was so calm, it made her feel at ease. So that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Right. So let's take a quick break, Mrs. Stout, and then come back to Van Miller, okay?
All right.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Anybody who's gonna have this talk about them. Look at them in the eye and play this song. Yeah. I don't give a damn. 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 What they say about me. About me. Yeah. Said I don't give a damn. What they saying about me. Yeah, I'm on the rise. Look at the sky, Jay Havoc up in the clouds. Look in my eyes and tell me if I seem like I'm worried about you. Running your mouth, talking about me. You honestly making me drowsy. You looking like Pennywise clowning. Why are you worried about me? Mind your own. I stay in my zone. Better get off of the block, away from the throne. Calling me up, asking me what I've been on. Well, I've been on my own path. No time to relax. Scrapping the beanbag. You talk about he's whack and trying to make me mad, but I've been on another level. Way before I knew what rhyming really was. And now I'm up, keep the pace before I leave you in the dust. Ain't no time to discuss. Pack it up, look. Step up out my shine, yo. So bright I see it with my eyes closed. I ain't worried about no drama, I'm like, oh no. Yeah, you tryna stop me, then you gotta go. I don't give a damn. 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 What they say about me. Yeah. Said I don't give a damn. What they say about me. Yeah. Leaning out the window screaming, yeah. If you want a problem, I'm like, hell yeah. But don't expect me to sit and listen to shit that you spit about me. I'm laughing, I'm slicker than wearing heads, yo. Yeah, what you gonna say that I ain't heard before? When you talk, I tune you out, I'm hearing white noise. That's my choice, no time to deal with Photoshop. Working on my future, pushing so the vision never stop. I do not need this. You're like a weed, I'm smoking on ceilings. That's why you up in the bleachers. Way in the stands like you gotta see this. Look at the big screen, whether you'll see me. And that I can promise you in every step of the way I'll post up, because I know that it bothers you. Hold on, go for it. Take a whack at Young J Havoc, go for it. More noise, funny, all I hear is static, uproar, done for. Take a step up to the palace, you looking at me perplexed. Guess there's a method to madness. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. What they say about me, about me, about me, about me, about me. Yeah, said I don't give a damn. What they say about me, yeah. I don't give a damn what y'all thought this was. Right.
Yeah.
That was About Me and Too Late. Those are two independent artists you know, right, Mr. Stout?
Right. Yes. Yep. Amira. Yes. Yep. And Yeah, I forget who the other artist was. Forgive me, but I forget the other artist's name on the other track. But he sent me that track and the About Me song. But the other one was a Mirror, and she's on the Move Records. All right, out there. She's working out there in Atlanta. She's from Baltimore, and she's actually on ABC. You know what I mean? She works as a reporter on the ABC network.
Wow.
Yeah, she's doing her thing. Yeah, she travels. Yeah, she does her thing. She's on tour. Yep, and we got some new stuff coming from her from one of the writers from the UK. His name is Winston Saylor, and it's a big name. He's been around for like 50 years and writing for a lot of big name artists. But yeah, man, we always got the flavor, man. I got backstories for all the people that we play on here for the music I get. For sure.
I know you do.
Yeah.
So without
I know we got an international Miller, right? We got Dan Miller with us, right? This is what I'm excited for.
Yes, I'm here. Good evening.
Hello, Miss Miller.
Hi, how are you all doing this evening?
We are doing absolutely amazing, awesome. So excited to hear your voice. So you can go ahead and get some of that wine that you had. What's the name of your wine? What's the name of that wine that I said?
Van Miller. It's Van Miller Moscato.
You can go ahead and, you can go ahead and send me some of that Van Miller Moscato on over here, please, so I can go ahead and have me a drink while I listen. That drink is the freaking bomb.
It was exactly. I gotta find that. I hope that's out here in Carolina. I hope it's out here. Yeah, I gotta find that.
So when I went to her event last Saturday, she gave out samples of it, and when I took my first drink, I drank it all before I knew I drank it all, and I said, "Ooh, I'm not gonna give another one." So after my second one, I was kind of woozy a little bit, but it relaxed me, man.
Yeah, that's 40%, Patricia. So you can't do a whole lot of that at one time.
So please tell us. I don't even know where to start because you're a woman of soul. You're like me. You're like a jack of all trades, but you're the bomb at all of them. So please, I don't even know where to start.
No. Well, I'm sort of from I'm from North Carolina as well. So yeah, I know where Durham is.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so is that where you're originally from? You were born in North Carolina?
I was born in Reedsville, North Carolina, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, country girl that came to the city.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean that's really good with the things you've done, and I've interviewed you on my Renegade radio show as well. So to have you on here on Unscripted, so we can kind of go back over this again, but kind of like some of the things that already has been happening and it's already in motion. You have a show that Why Did I Become a Model? But prior to that, let our listeners know that. How did you become, this high fashion international fashion designer?
Well, I have been being in this industry over 40 years. So started out in my hometown in Reedsville and migrated to Atlanta, Georgia in 2001. Actually went to design school here, and I just decided to stay and not go back to North Carolina.
Okay. Yeah. So by doing all of those kind of things like that, you had put out some of the great fashion that you've done in your own designs, and it's like some of the stuff that we've seen in the magazines with that you've been working with, the Sapphire Emerald, some of the things that you have on there, and can you tell us some of your designs, where they've been or who has worn them, and some of the shows you have had it seen at?
Wow. Well, I have done a little bit of everything and been a little bit of everywhere. I did Mercedes-Benz. I've been with some of the Project Runway designers. I've been in, so many magazines. At first, I used to try to get them all, and it was, happening so often until I decided to get the ones that really, was important, that meant a lot to me. And presently, I'm actually an editor with a New York magazine. So, just working from that platform and being a designer, learning how to really take the knowledge that has been given to you and being able to, go across the board is really a phenomenal thing, because a lot of people just can't do that. But I've been blessed to be able to do what it is that I do, and I'm very, very thankful.
Yeah, that's
how
really
old were you when you realized you had the gift for, making fashion, getting into fashion and designing and stuff? Like, how old were you when it bit you, the bug bit you?
When I was about probably 7, 8, my mother used to make quilts, and we all were assigned a part of that quilt. And growing up, then I knew, okay, I wanted to be a designer. I could remember telling my mom, I'm like, I'm gonna be a famous designer when I grow up. And I just always looked forward to that, and I've always done something that has helped me to be who it is that I am today.
Wow. Well, let me just say to you, because you picked the cream of the crop to interview with, I feel so blessed and humble that you chose On the Move Unscripted to really just, tell our listeners and tell the people who you are, because I know they probably are hitting you left and right, asking for interviews and information, all that kind of stuff. But the fact that you took time out to come and talk to us, I just feel like I love your spirit. This is unscripted. Let me just say this. I don't meet a lot of people who, as soon as I meet them, I recognize their spirit. Like, as soon as I talk to you, as soon as you and I were face to face and I talked to you, I felt your spirit. This woman has a beautiful spirit. This woman, you were created to do exactly what you're doing. And my daughter, who's usually very nervous, I told her before she went in there for the interview, I said, listen, I felt her spirit. You're going to be comfortable with her. And sure enough, when she came out, she was like, Mom, you're right. She was so easy to talk to. Like, you have a beautiful, beautiful spirit. So you have definitely been chosen to do what you're doing. You're going to be a blessing to so many people on so many levels. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to say that because, it's unscripted, so I can say that.
Yeah, thank you. I just love people, and I think that there is a difference when you are a people person. And, I feel that I've been chosen to be one of those people. I don't ever meet a stranger no matter where I'm going, and I just always have in my mind, I don't know what that person may have been going through when they got up or went to bed last night. And so I cannot judge them on how and what their actions are when they meet me, because I don't know what your situation may have been.
Well, I definitely sense it. So I'm curious, when you get ready to design something for someone, if you see a model, because you're dealing with a lot of different models, when you get ready to design a garment, does the figure or the personality or something of a particular model that you've seen come into your mind when you start the design process? Like, how do you start your design process?
Well, Patricia, I always say I work for Jesus. So I don't start a design until he really tells me what it is that it's supposed to be. I've gotten a little bit better at it, but I used to would get the fabric and I would bring it in my house and I would lay it down and I would rub on it and feel it. And, and so I didn't get any vibes from it. I did not cut it or do anything with it until I knew exactly what that piece was going to be. But as a designer now, I have ambassadors. So my main ambassador, her name is Runway Diva Shay. Almost everything that I design, I picture her because she is what I would feel a model really, really looks like. And to me, she's a total package. And people that know me, they say, oh, you know what? I know that you designed this for Shay. But, I know that Shay is a specimen, and if I can dress her, then anybody should be able to wear the garment.
So do you ever find it challenging to design garments for plus-size women?
No, I don't. And one of the things that I'm doing, most of the time, the curvy woman is my customer, my buying customer. the runway model, she looks beautiful and she gets the point across, but that curvy model is the person most of the time that will take it home.
Yeah.
I believe it because people don't be making stuff as big girls. That's why.
well, this is one of my main things is it's a curvy woman. So you will definitely see a lot more product when it comes from Van Miller pertaining to that.
That's awesome because, in all honesty, and I'm telling you this because I'm plus size. You see me, my body awkward as heck. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to find stuff sometimes that looks right on me because I have a stomach. So everything, it seems like it's tailored to women who don't have a stomach. So what about us who are big-breasted and big stomachs and stuff? We want to look cute too.
Okay, I want to unscript it for you. We need to learn to understand that we have to put on garments to deal with our stomach. Yeah, you need to put on a garment. Yeah, undergarment. Yes, and we, as that curvy woman, we feel like, oh, that's too tight. We don't want to. So we don't want to really look like we want to look like what we really want to look like because we don't want to go through. I always say pain. Beauty is pain. And to get that look, you got to put on something to hold you down. You got to eat a little less, drink a little less, and you got to look beautiful.
Then you sound like my grandmama. That's what she used to tell me. Hold it in, girl. Suck it out. Put the girdle on.
Well, you know what? I can remember when I was like that 02 girl, and I always wore something tight to hold myself in. Now, if I had been cognizant of that, during my latter years, then I probably would still have a flat stomach. But see, I let life take over. So you can't allow that. You've got to, hold on to that piece.
So you're not just into fashion. I want to jump into some of that because you're a jack of all trades. I am not lying. So I saw something about plays that you're doing or about to get into, like a.
Well, I actually wrote my first stage play production last year for Women's Black History called Finish the Dream, and it was along with 6 other women here in the Atlanta market, and we actually ran for like 3 nights, and we actually were nominated for a Terrian Award.
Wow!
Absolutely, yeah. My first time out writing. It was amazing, and it's a production that I know that I have to finish, but I've realized I've got to live this part of my life in order to finish the dream, because that's what the stage play was about. But I work on a lot of theater stages. I actually did the Rialto Theater where we costume almost 50 people this past fall. It is a production that's going to be actually going to New York later in the year, so we're excited about that. We have a lot of that kind of work that we have in the works.
So do you have a lot of models that want to be actors or actors that want to be models that you come into contact with?
Well, for me, I suggest to models that you do get into some acting classes, because now a lot of productions are looking for beauty as well as models that can come and can speak and act. So, you have to be able to really, go across the board, because why should I just hire a model when I can hire somebody that is an actress and a model at the same time? So, it is up to you. I really suggest that it's something that, you get under your belt as a model.
Okay. That makes sense.
And also you just also had the production that's in right now that's going for Why Did I Become a Model? When you elaborate a little bit about what that show is about as well?
Well, Why Did I Become a Model is actually a docuseries. I worked with that project, became the Models of Atlanta, which I did for my 61st birthday. It sort of became a spinoff from that. Why Did I Become a Model? I feel like really talks more about what that model's life is really like, not only about her when she's on the runway passing another beautiful model with beautiful garments and hair and makeup. It's about what is really going on in her life. Who is she really? Where is she really going, and what is it that she really is wanting to do? Is what I get from Why Did I Become a Model?
So when you select the cast for that, are you going by people who are on the stage or are already on the runway?
I am actually just a host for Why Did I Become a Model. I don't know any of these ladies until they come and they sit down with me. I see some of these models on the runway. When they reach out to me, I'm like, everybody has to go through the same process. They all have to send in their information and everything, and the producers and those people are the people that choose the ladies that come to sit down with me. And this last time, we actually had a young gentleman to come as well. So
yeah, he was fine.
He was very fine. He was very fine, and he did have an APAC, right? He had an APAC, but
yeah, he was fine. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, woo!
You cheating on me? You cheating on me, woman?
Yeah.
No, baby. You cheating on you.
Patricia, we just got married.
You just got married.
Well, you know what? If we were cougars, he would make a fine specimen. We would say that. We're gonna put it like that.
Right. Mr. Stout, you know I would never cheat on you. I wasn't really looking at him all the way, baby. I was just looking at his feet.
You find out. Who's this guy? What's his name? You got to do some research on this guy.
But, these young ladies, like, I think this past time we had a young lady all the way from Seattle, Washington. And,
wow.
And so I just meet these ladies just like you saw them standing out there. That's how I met them. And I think that is what the most amazing part of it is that they come in and they just know me from social media, or they know me from having seen me participate in a show somewhere. So it's just awesome, and I just feel so blessed and, so honored, to be a part of such a big major project, because this is a major project.
Yes. So you didn't choose the models that came. So my daughter was not chosen by you. It was chosen by the producer.
Yeah, I don't choose the models. I don't know who is coming to sit down until that day when I see them out in the hall, just like everybody else sees them. And so, it's just amazing, and the women come and they have the most beautiful spirits. And, my motto is that we create a village. And that's one of the things that I say to them before we start filming. Our thing is to create a village where women are not being petty, and that we're supportive of each other and our lives and where we come from and where it is that we're going, and that we keep up with each other. So I feel like that show was the second village of the people. And so we'll tape again, and then probably we'll bring everything together, and we'll see those three pieces together. So, we're just excited about it. It helps me because I have a lot of other things that I'm, doing as well. I have my own talk show, television as well, called Dan Miller Talk Show. I Found My Voice. So that is radio as well as television. So, have that going. We have the Jazz Television Network that is going, and I have Dan Miller Productions, LLC, that is as well. And then I have my own channel on the XOD network. So outside of what I'm doing as far as being a designer and working on these stage productions and film and all of these things, I have all these other balls that I'm juggling in my life.
So I'm curious, are you married, Miss Miller? Are you married?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Okay, I was going to say
also that you have another show that's coming up on April 11th. That's coming up. Wait a minute,
Mr. Stout. She was about to say, Mr. Stout. She was about to say something. What did you say, Miss Miller?
I thought you can't be married and have all of those things going.
You don't think so, huh? You don't think a man would be able to deal with all that?
No, you know that.
No, I think certain men, like Mr. Stout, my hubby right here, he don't care what I do.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we still gonna find out who that boy is. That guy. So like he's fine. Right? I'm on Facebook this kid. I'm gonna find out who he is about that.
And so the other thing we have in April, you were talking about.
Yes.
Is that so we are with that with Miss Mac Marketing, and we are going to actually be doing a show, and we're casting models for that as we speak. We're asking them to send in all the information where we are going to the Poconos.
Right.
And we are going to be doing a show around the boxing ring here. So, you know, we're going to have a 5-time kickboxing champion, Robert Parham, and Hartford Williams is actually going to be there as one of our hosts, and we're going to do something different. He's going to come out of retirement, Mr. Parham is, and we're going to put on a big fight there.
Yeah, I also see that there's going to be something that's going on as well with there's going to be a premiere of a film that you're going to be in.
Yeah, Why Need the Movie? With Shania Brown, and she is a young, little young woman that has written a project about mental illness at 13. You know, and mental illness it affects all of us in a different way. You know, sometimes I always say it's important that you keep your mind around about you. So, but she has written this major work, and we are excited, you know, for it to come out and premiere and for everybody in the world to see how amazing this young lady is. So we have that project as well. I have another project called Hands Up. A young actor there as well. I've had a couple other things. The Fate's Destiny. Have some Sheba. And I mean, I've just worked on a lot of things last year. So we're just excited. You know, you can be more than just a designer. And I tell people, they say, "Oh, I'm a designer." I'm like, I'm more than a designer.
Yes, you are. And the next time I see you, can I have a drink? Can I have a drink the next time I see you? I need a little bit of Van Miller Moscato.
Oh yeah, gotta have that Van Miller, right? I even like the name of that. That is so cool. Like, let me get a bottle of Van Miller. You know what I mean? 2020.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a tasting here in Atlanta Market soon. So you all will, you know, see some flyers and things on that, you know, pretty soon. But we are going to, just do
Everybody's going to be buying. Everybody's going to be buying that because when I say, Mr. Stout, when I say that drink tastes so good, I am not lying. I am a Moscato person. I like wine. I like the white Zinfandels. I like Moscatos. And that drink is the freaking bomb.
Yeah, well,
we got to try. We're here in Atlanta. We'll be down there very soon for that as well to try that.
Well,
that is going to be another.
We're going to be doing some pre-orders. So, Patricia had a bottle bigger than the one that we have there, but we're going to do some pre-sales so that when we do the launch, all you really need to do is just come and pick up your order and everything, and then you'll get to taste some of the other flavors. I have about 5 flavors that I want, and so we're working on that and getting those done. And
how did you end up in that area, that arena?
I don't know. It just sort of happened to me. You know, in December I was out, and somebody said, "Oh my gosh, who's this lady with this red dress on?" And she just floated into the room, and I came in, and they were like, "Oh, you know a lot of people," and I said, "Yeah, I know a lot of people." And then that Saturday night, they sent me this label for a Van Miller exclusive Moscato. I was like, this is crazy. And coming from the church where I was like, oh my God. I'm like, what are the church people going to say? But I actually waited until
like, pass me the bottle now.
They're going to go home after church and get a little drink. You know what I'm saying?
Where can I find you?
But I waited until like 3 minutes to the new year to put the bottle up so that everybody was like, okay, so what? So what is she doing? And Saturday night, I got the same, response from the people. When I said I had a Moscato, they were like, "You have a Moscato? Why you didn't say that you had a Moscato?" I'm like, "Well, it's just new to me." And so, it's something that I'm having to put my arms around and to own and know that by pushing it down the road is something that can not only help me and my brand, but it can help a lot of other people. So, that is my thing that I'm looking forward to, is being able, to help other people as well.
So you're bringing the International Van Miller casting call thing to Atlanta, right? You're going to be doing one in Atlanta?
We are doing. I have like several different calls that are going on, so I'm always casting for something, and that's why I tell people you have to really follow my social media because I'm always looking for something, not sometimes for myself, but for other people. Like there's a piece up now for a young guy who needs models. He wants to film that, so I'm looking. I have that piece up now saying that I'm looking for models so that I can film with that to help further my brand and move me into another market.
Are some of these things that you offer as far?
My ultimate is to be a producer. And so, to produce, you got to work on producing skills. So, that's the thing. So we're always casting. We're casting for the piece for April. Then we're casting for that project. I think we are part of a casting for Atlanta Law, which is a film that's going to be done here in the Atlanta market with a actual attorney, Ted Johnson. So, we are a part of a lot of things. I'm actually speaking at the Atlanta Creators Conference, the 22nd and 23rd. And then my ambassadors, I'll have ambassadors that are actually greeters and hosts at this event. So that they get an opportunity to actually be in a room with real producers and screenwriters and other actors and actresses, so they get that opportunity where they normally wouldn't get an opportunity. You're just a model and you want them on the run. But I have the ability to be able to bring them into a room and give them, other exposure.
Do any of the modeling gigs that you know of, do they ever pay the models? Do they ever get paid? Are there any stipends? People ask all the time, does it pay? What does your resume look like? You need to be paid. That's my question to you. You can't only have done one show and then the next show you looking at me, oh, is it paid? I'm like, oh, where's your resume? You walked and you may have walked in a show that was not up to par, and then you come to me, and then you expect me to pay you.
Wow.
So, as a model, you'll need a resume that is up to standard for the real industry of modeling, because a lot of these shows are not industry shows. These are just people having fashion shows.
Got you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
you
get 6 months, and you say, "Oh, I'm a model." Who told you were a model?
Right.
Who told you that you have the experience and the ability to do what it is that you do? That doesn't make you a model because you say you have to be a model. You got to get some experience under your belt. When you look at me, I've been out here 40 years. I'm still out here.
Right.
So
me too. So I get you.
But you wouldn't want anybody to come up to you and tell you they're ready for the radio, and they just been out here a month or two.
That's right.
So you got to fix that craft and know and educate yourself to the craft. It's just like being a designer. When you say you're a designer, oh, I'm self-taught. You're self-taught to do what?
Right.
Somebody can say, well, what's the seam allowance? Oh, I'm self-taught. I just make everything this. You don't even know what it really is. You just sewing. So you got to know and educate yourself to whatever it is that you're doing in life.
Oh, okay.
Right.
And you know what? In all honesty, I can understand that because in the industry, in the entertainment industry, period, especially the indie movement, very few really pay. In all honesty, it's about getting that experience, like you said, and building your resume. You know, getting even the actors. A lot of times, the actors will take roles that they're not getting paid for, but they can put that they was in that movie, so they're building their resume. So I get that. So basically, modeling is no different, is what you're saying.
Modeling is the same thing. And you know what? Every now and then, 2 or 3 may get in, you know, 1 or 2. But for the most part, they're just out there doing it because they enjoy it, and because they say, "Oh, I'm a model." Okay, we're gonna let you be that, because you know I can say I'm a designer, and you can say, "Oh no, she's not a designer," because what I do may not be up to your standard. So, you know, I'm not going to judge you in that space, but at the same time, I'm just not going to pick up anything and let anything get on the runway into my brand.
Right, I feel you.
Because it's still my brand. And a model needs to look at that. She is building a brand. And when they're building brands, they need to look at what does their social media look like. And I tell them that all the time. You're sitting up and you got a private account. If I'm a designer and I'm coming to look, I see you got a beautiful picture sitting up there, but you got a private account, then how in the world am I going to hire you? Oh, well, you know what? I don't want the pervert. Then don't put pictures up there that the pervert would come to your page to look at. If that's your business working page, then that's what it needs to look like. And you should not have to make it a private page.
I know that's right. Real. You tell them.
That's real. That's very real. That's very real. Tell them you're telling that right there. Unscripted. Go ahead, Van Miller. Tell them.
And you know what? I recognize that about you when you were at that event. I noticed that you are sweet as pie now. She's so sweet. But when it comes down to the business and her talking to you and telling you what you need to do, she don't pull no punches. I saw that.
Right.
No, I don't. You know, there was one young lady there, and I told her she needed to stop being in every show that comes about because she's in a show every weekend. And I'm like, why are you doing that? You're oversaturating the market with your brand. So why would I want to come and put you in my show? Because you just look like every other girl that's walking down the runway. Nothing's different about you.
It looks like we have a caller on the line. Is there a caller on the line? Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Well, call dropped. I guess it was trying, and it didn't work out for him.
Yeah, I thought we might have had that too. Well, we got Van Miller with us right here. So.
You know, when we go as designers, we go and we do shows, and they say, "Oh, well, the model needs to be paid." Okay, well, the designer needs to be paid too, because I'm creating the clothing, bringing them, making your shows look beautiful, and you don't have nobody in the audience saying that they want to buy anything. So I'm your entertainment with your models that you want to be paid. So the designer needs to be paid as well, because without a designer, you're not going to have a show. You don't have no need for a model.
Right. That is so true.
You should be able to sell your product. You need to have somebody in the audience that can buy my product.
Yeah.
So can you tell the listeners, what is your Instagram and Facebook and stuff so they can follow you?
My Instagram is Van Miller International. My fan page is The House of Van Miller. My website is www.vanmillerinternational.com. And my personal page is Vanessa Henderson.
So I just want to clarify. Did you say there are several different casting calls? Are there any in Atlanta? Because I saw a post somewhere that talked about something in Atlanta. Did we miss that already?
There's billboards out there in Atlanta. There's billboards out there in Atlanta.
No, I'm talking about another casting call like what we had, like she had in South Carolina.
There is a casting call up. I think that I don't know where we're going at the moment. There's a new flyer that says Part 3, and they just need
I saw it.
Submit to Part 3, and then they will get back to everybody that's a part of that. I'm just a beautiful face on the flyer, and then they say, okay, but this is where we're going. I just show up, you know, and then we do photo shoots. They have like photo shoots, and they'll say, Vanessa, can you drop in to the photo shoot? And I'll just go and drop in on the models at the photo shoot, like I did last week, and there were a couple of girls that I'd already interviewed, and then there were a couple of girls that I haven't interviewed that will be at part 3. So it just, it just makes for a beautiful, beautiful experience of people meeting people. And, I can't even say anything outside of it about it because it's just an experience. It's really
right. It's going to be big. I mean, this is going to be actually TV as well. This is going to be on this. That's going to be such a huge deal, and everybody's going to want to tune into this because to actually listen to what the models have to say. Because normally when you watch models, they're not saying nothing. You know what I mean? It's like they're just doing what they do. They just walking down the runway, like they're looking at the stuff out their clothes. But now you can hear what they're thinking. That's going to be a pretty big deal right there. Interesting.
Yeah. You hear women say that I thought I was ugly. I thought I had big lips. You hear all of these things that when you see them on the runway, you would never think that they would be thinking that about themselves.
Right, the self-consciousness thing that happened with that.
They talk about these things.
So, and it's going to air this spring, right? It's going to air on.
It will air in the spring. Yes, it will air in the spring.
On Fox TV, and where else? It was Peachtree, Atlanta. Was that the other place?
Peachtree Television. Yeah, Peachtree Television.
Peachtree Television.
Okay. Check your local listen for that one. That's coming out, so you guys can check this out from there. Miller right there. Why did I become a model? I also seen that you're going to be doing a thing as well with the next top model, a supermodel from Ghana, right? With Amarie Stormm. She's going to be one of your ambassadors.
Yes.
Wow.
It's from Ghana. We're just waiting on her. Ama was Ghana's 2018 next top supermodel. And so we're excited about her coming here. This year, I think that I've taken on, last year now, 2019, I've taken on more ambassadors than I've had, I think, in a long, long time, and it's been very, very exciting to do that. I've taken on, I will say, all my models are ambassadors of the Chocolate Girls. I love the Chocolate Girls.
So do I.
What's the Chocolate Girls? I missed that. Wait a minute. What's the Chocolate Girls? I missed something.
That's you. That's you, baby.
The Chocolate Girls. Oh.
Yeah, you're a chocolate girl.
I just think that they are the most beautiful models. I have 5 ambassadors. And if you looked at the 5 of them put together, you would think that they were all kin to each other.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I took on a curvy ambassador. Her name is Marie. She was actually Patricia, the young lady that was at Why Did I Become a Model? I'd seen her at 2 or 3 different shows, and I just loved her.
Was she the thicker lady that had on the African attire?
Yes.
Oh,
beautiful.
Let me tell you, when I came out with my little camera, she must have known I was coming because she had her little leg propped up like a model up there. She was styled, brave, and got over there with the video. She was ready, baby. She said, I was bone ready. I was ready.
Nani is my curvy ambassador. She's not a chocolate girl, but she is absolutely beautiful. And I think that she gives off the persona of what I feel a curvy woman would do. So I'm excited about having her on board. Yes, very
confident. Very confident.
Yes.
Very confident.
Yes.
So how can a person, if they wanted to have a chance to be one of your ambassadors or whatever, what would they need to do? Like, how do they apply, or you just pick them out? Like, how do you choose your ambassador?
Well, I personally have Runway Diva Shay is actually the person that they should reach out to, because all of the Van Miller models in 2020 need to see her, come through her before they come to see me. With Runway Diva Shay, it's Runway Diva Shay on Instagram. It's Shaquandra Davis on Facebook, but I think that she mostly uses the Instagram page. But she is that persona again of what I feel like a model needs to look like on a runway. They can go to her page and they can see what it is that she does. She was one of the young ladies with Black Girl Rock, and she's been in some movies. She participates and models somewhere all over the country all the time. So, I just say, Shay travels. She's a paid model, and she does what it is that what I feel the modeling industry should be about.
So you said, what is her Instagram again?
It's Instagram is Runway Diva Shay.
Runway Diva Shay. Okay, spell SHAE. The last part.
SHAY. Yeah.
SHAY. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh my God.
All of the models will go through her. She is actually getting ready. I'm sure that she'll be putting up a flyer or something on her page. She's getting ready to do a model house where the models will actually come and be with her for a weekend, and they will get all the training, all the etiquette things, and that from her, and then she will ship them on to me. Because a lot of times I will carry my own models to some of these cities. I don't pick up their models that they have there. Then I have ambassadors travel with me, and they don't go and interview, and do practice and all of that stuff. They just come in with me and they model. So I need to know that they're doing what it is that they're supposed to be doing before I let them move around with me and get up and present themselves.
I'm gonna have to tell my daughter to apply.
Now, models need to know etiquette because people that the higher up people sometimes just want beautiful people sitting at their tables. So there's an etiquette piece in there where they'll learn table etiquette and all of that, how to present and carry themselves, so that they're able to go and sit down at a table and know how to handle themselves at a table. Because a model doesn't always have to be somebody that's walking on the runway.
You know what? I could talk to you all night. I could just sit on the couch with you, and I could just talk to you all night and fall asleep and wake up still talking to you. I swear to goodness. Because your spirit is
after
just like...
a couple of those bottles of Van Miller, right? You be a couple of bottles of Van Miller, you're going to be...
Yes, but we have another guest that we need to interview too, so I definitely would like for you to stick around because she's actually going to be talking about mental health, so it would be nice after she tells us who she is and everything, if we could all just kind of like have a conversation, if you still have that in your time frame or whatever. But we definitely want to get Miss. Huh?
I said I'm on a hold on.
Okay. So we have Miss Dr. Amarie
Stormm.
Yes. So we're going to take a quick break, play some music, and we're going to come back with Dr. Stormm.
Right. Unscripted.
On the move, unscripted.
More than sound. Only
Like it in the bedroom, waiting all night for you to get a little smile on my face. I won't bite. Now she want me to be that nasty girl tonight. For you, I can do the things that you like, so I'm inviting you. When you walk in, have it set up real nice for you. Rose petals everywhere, it's gonna be all night. There's a early morning screaming at your name through my windpipe. Make me burst the flames, baby, I need you to arise. Please don't take it slow. I have my panties down on the floor. Leave your clothes right by the front door. I'm soaking wet, I know you're ready for my show, but I want you to control me. Tell me what to do and be controlling. I'm here for all your pleasure, just indulge. I surrender to all that you got, show me. Like mind control. I surrender like mind control. 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 I need that will. I want to change. I need that sweet babe, so you can do me both ways. See, I can be good, or I can be bad. I want you like nobody could ever have. Oh, I want you to control me. Tell me what to do and be controlling. I'm here for all your pleasures and those. Like mind control. Like mind control.
I was in the fast lane, trying to make it to the cash, man. I was in the fast lane, trying to make it to the cash, man. Who would ever think that we won't make it to the top? Hustle around the clock just to make it off the block. Who would ever think that we won't make it to the top? Hustle around the clock just to make it off the block.
As we chanting in the background, guess what they be really saying? They saying EC's the man and now your nigga ain't playing. We step in, take the attention, cause real recognize real. These other niggas is food and we just cleaning all these dishes. We step in looking so vicious, that money be in a vision, but that just our premonition. So go back, you about to witness the greatest flip of our time. Just watch how we take these rhymes, put them all together, make a new definition of shine.
In the fast lane, trying to make it to the cash, man. I was in the fast lane, trying to make it to the cash, man. Who would ever think that we won't make it to the top? Hustle around the clock just to make it off the block. Who would ever think that we won't make it to the top? Hustle around the clock just to make it off the block. As I creep on the scene with the tech, show these little niggas why your boy still a vet. Run up on they block and take their motherfucking cookie. Somebody tell me why the game tried to overlook me. It's because of the way that I spit or the shit that I say. Got these pussy niggas having a fit. Always been a savage, never been average. Run up on a nigga, give his ass a closed casket. Hood in the frenzy now, I'm who they envy now. I got the game straps on my back. Headed to the top, feeling like pot. Niggas wanna pop, matter of fact, niggas gon' lick a shot. Who shot you? Fast lane, trying to make it to the cash, man. I was in the fast lane, trying to make it to the cash, man. Who would ever think that we won't make it to the top? Hustle around the clock just to make it off the block. Who would ever think that we won't make it to the top? Hustle around the clock just to make it off the block. Who would ever think that we won't make it to the top? Hustle around the clock just to make it off the block. Who would ever think that we won't make it to the top? Hustle around the clock just to make it off the block. Who would ever think that we won't make it to the top? Hustle around the clock just to make it off the block. Who would ever think that we won't make it to the top? Hustle around the clock just to make it off the block. Who would ever think that we won't make it to the top? Hustle around the clock just to make it off the block. Who would ever think that we won't make it to the top? Hustle around the clock just to make it off the block.
Wow.
All righty. So, you know, we do the independent movement thing over here at On the Move Unscripted on Tuesday. So, so far we've played all independent music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mind Control I got from the Atlanta Music Industry Group, one of the artists, and I don't even know who the artist is, unfortunately, but the song Mind Control.
I kind of like that song, though. That was nice.
Yeah, I like
that one.
That was one of the sexy
I thought
songs.
that was a record that we played on our honeymoon.
Look, did you drink that Van Miller Moscato with? That's we play that song
we played on our honeymoon. That was like, he was like,
that's a honeymoon song.
Like, okay, she was saying some things that was like, okay.
Yeah, and then the other one, Fast Lane. Who's Fast Lane? Do you know what artist sung Flat?
I wouldn't give you the artist's name and stuff like that, but I definitely can. And I will let these people know. I'll let the audience know that who it is while we're setting up everything for the next guest that's coming up. But yeah, that Fast Lane track. I should have got the one that told them give me the radio edit one for that one. I got to start telling these artists, like, please, send me something without everything
on the
in
move unscripted. You know what,
I
Mr.
know,
Stout,
but that
it's
was
on the move
much.
unscripted. We're not on the radio. Everybody's grown. They be all right. If you hear something you don't want to hear, just put your finger in your ear.
Go ahead. That's what I'm saying. That's why that chick from California just got fired, that reporter, because she said too much. She said naked. Like,
I don't even know how she mixed them two words together. That don't even go right. I don't know how she got that. Like that didn't sound.
She said the
nothing.
Knicks and the Lakers together. If you try to mix the word Knicks and the Lakers together, then you're going to say that.
Nakers. I don't know how she got that I in there like that. Because when you put Knicks and Lakers together, you get Nakers. So I'm trying to figure out. I don't know.
That's what you said.
So our next guest, we have a doctor on the line. We got a doctor in the house. A doctor in the house. Dr. Storm.
Yes.
All right, Dr. Amarie Stormm is with us right here.
What's going on, Dr. Storm?
Nothing much, just taking it easy.
You taking it easy?
Yeah.
Do you have any
Chilling
Van Miller
Tuesday
Moscato over there?
And no, I'm waiting on somebody to knock at the door with my bottles now.
I gotta give you some of that right there, definitely. Yeah, I gotta give you a bottle of that there.
You gotta hook me up in the.
I was
Dr.
very impressed.
Welcome to the show.
When I read Dr. Storm, when I read your bio, I was very, very, very impressed. Like, wow. Like, just not just the fact that you're a doctor, you know what I'm saying, that you deal with the mental health and stuff, but just how you overcame bullying, how you overcame domestic violence. And so you understand, the movie I made was called This Can't Be Love, and it deals with a domestic violence shelter called the Love House. And you, from reading your bio, have been in a domestic violence shelter before, right?
I have.
Yeah, so you understand, a lot. So tell us, let's start at the very beginning about you, Dr. Storm. What made you even want to become a doctor, and where are you coming from?
Well, I'm calling from North Carolina.
Oh, you're in North Carolina
what
too?
Made me?
Oh, yeah.
I'm in North Kakalaka.
Yeah.
So this career chose me. I didn't choose it. It chose me everywhere. Everywhere I went, from the time I was a young girl, people would want to talk to me and tell me their secrets. And as much as I tried to get away from it, it followed me. So that's how I got into this. I actually applied early on in my life.
Mm-hmm. You said even as a little girl, people were coming to you. The other kids would want to come and talk to you.
Adults, actually.
Oh, adults.
There were adults who would confide in me about other adults and things that they had going on. Yes.
Wow.
Man.
Wow.
Like a baby.
And you were a kid at the time. You were a child.
I was a kid. Yes.
Wow.
I could keep secrets.
Man, that's real deep right there.
Yeah, that's
like the golden child or type stuff, man. Like,
well, it's a double-edged sword, because some things are not appropriate for children, some conversations, and then the keeping secrets supports people who molest children, who are bullies. Those secrets help them. So, yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Wow.
I learned to keep secrets almost too well as a child.
Man, so now, as you're doing your thing now, as an adult yourself and as a doctor in your practice, give us a little bit of background about, what your practice is.
So I have quite a few things that I do. I'm a forensic psychologist. That means I have a PhD. in philosophy, and my specialization is forensics. I travel nationally and internationally responding to traumatic events. And what I do each time can be a little bit different, but basically I talk to people about what they know, saw, heard, or did. And the other phase of what I do is I have a local patient load, and I meet with people and counsel them on problems that they may have. So maybe they're suffering from PTSD, maybe they have cancer and need some support and encouragement, maybe they're dealing with mental illness or just other things that happen in life.
Have you ever had to deal with anybody with suicide, like suicidal thoughts, anything like that?
Oh, yeah, suicide. People who have attempted suicide. People who have suicidal thoughts, homicidal thoughts.
Oh, man.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, forensic. So, you are the one who will go and you said, I want to make sure I understood you. You talk to and find out what they know about, like, the homicide or something like that?
It just depends on what I'm doing, where I'm going, and who contracts me to do the work. But basically, yes, I want to know who, what, when, where, and how.
Wow. So, are you familiar with Fatal Attraction? Are you familiar with that show?
The
Fatal
movie?
Attraction?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So, those are real life stories. Have you ever had to or come across any of those situations where you actually talked to somebody who ended up being on one of them kind of shows? Like their story? You know what I'm saying?
Similar stories, yes, I have.
Yeah, because they make those like recreations, right? Like they recreate those.
Yeah, but they be like real life.
It's based on a true story. Yeah, it's based on a true story.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Of course, but they have to change the names to protect the innocent.
Right. I don't know who. We always know who ended up being the guilty one at the end. I don't know how innocent they they don't be innocent. They don't be innocent. So, outside of what you do as a doctor, you do some other stuff too on the creative side, right?
I do. So I'm a model. I also do some hosting.
Actually, she was invited to one for Why Did I Become a Model with Van Miller. She was picked for that, right there for the South Carolina one, for sure.
I'm sorry, Dr. Storm. Dr. Storm, hold on for a second. Mr. Stout,
yes,
I'm going to need you to stop drooling. I seen you drooling at her picture.
I know
you know we just got married.
I know he was chosen for the one for Van Miller. Yeah, to go to South Carolina.
I know at first I got married and I missed the wedding.
Yeah,
I was not happy about missing the wedding. I'm going to tell you that.
We did a shotgun wedding.
I like shotguns. Oh, oops, never mind.
Wow. So, tell us more about the creative thing that you do. You say you're a model and what else?
A radio show host. So
yeah.
I actually have a show. Kenneth is the executive producer, and we're in production right now. Go ahead. And the show is called The Eye of the Storm. Okay.
And when is it going? Have y'all decided when it's going to come on? I want to check that out.
We are hoping to launch by March 1st, just in time for springtime. It's just in time for all the storms to hit. Everybody can get their storm gear.
Yeah.
We're going to cover topics that are important to the community. We're going to talk about suicide. We're going to talk about health. Is road construction or Popeye's chicken. We're going to sit and have some conversations at the barbershop and cover some serious things as well. But we want to be serious and fun.
I got a question for you, Dr. Storm, because maybe you can analyze and make me understand this, right? So when you talk about Popeye chicken, I'm just trying to understand. Like, I tasted your chicken, right? And the chicken was good, the sandwiches were good, but they wasn't good enough for all them fights and beat downs. So what do you think happened to the people's mind about trying to get this chicken. I mean, what do you think was the issue?
The chicken sandwich with all the fights and everything.
They were pulling people out the drive-thru window.
Man, listen, somebody's mama's kitchen got a better chicken sandwich than that. But you know, we're a trauma culture. If it's something that we can fight about, then we want to fight about that. Doesn't matter what it is, as we can see. Chicken sandwich, a pair of shoes, the new cupcake that's out, the new Twinkie. If there's something to fight about, that's what we want to be involved in, because we get an emotional charge out of that as a people. And it's what we're used to. It's the culture that we're born into.
That's deep right there.
You said you're a model, so you really should look into Van Miller, because they're still doing the casting call.
She just said that she was picked for the one in South Carolina.
Oh, you did? I didn't hear that. You didn't go? I don't remember seeing you.
I did not go. I had to work. I had to, people out here want to kill each other. So
I know, right? Darn it!
Take care of that.
Chill on Tuesday, man. Go do it on Thursday. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Not on Saturday or Friday night. In this case, it was Friday.
Right. So I think she said there's going to be there's more. If you there's going to be a part 3. Isn't that what she said, Mr. Stout?
Yeah.
I think her call dropped, because she was on. I think her call dropped. But so you should definitely do it, because when I seen them pictures, I said, "Kenny, who's that?" And he was like, "Oh, that's our next guest."
Yep.
I said, "She looking mighty sexy right there. That's the doctor."
Ow!
I was like, I'm trying to find ways to have mental health so I can go. You are a very man, Mr. Stout. Don't forget, we just got married 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry, dear.
Cash App. I do have Cash App. Cash App. Anybody want to send me money? $ Amarie Stormm. That's AMARIE STORMM.
That's right.
I know that's right.
That's right.
So you're doing the modeling, and then I'm sorry, and you said what was the other creative thing that you're doing?
The radio show hosting. We're in production.
The radio show host. But I thought I seen something
The Eye
else
of the Storm.
I thought I seen something else, like a book or something. No, I didn't see anything about a book.
I do have a book that I'm in the process of writing. I am a published author, and also launching a private investigation business.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do, make sure I can hire you so I can check Mr. Stout out, because I don't know about him.
Yeah,
I think
right. I was about to say that. Let me
it's things you don't know. we can find all that out for you.
What's the name of your book?
I don't want to publish that or publicize that just yet.
No, you said you have a book that's already published, right?
Yes, my book that's already published is The Lived Experiences and Personality Traits of Adolescent African American Girls Who Have Fathers in Prison. So basically, it highlights some of the characteristics that young girls have in common who have fathers in prison.
Wow.
Yeah, and some of the struggles and trials that they've been through and go through.
And where can I get that?
Dad in prison.
Where can I get that from?
You can get it on Amazon.
Okay. Say the title again.
The Lived Experiences and Personality Traits of Adolescent African American Girls Who Have Fathers in Prison.
Wow.
That's like a reality show right there. Like, I can see that. So being a producer, I'm like, I see reality shows. So you can have those stories. Like, because you tend to forget what it's like for for a girl growing up without their dad, and her dad is in prison. What is that like for her to have to, go through that? You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be a ton of different stories and of what they're thinking, like what they're going through. Just like what Van Miller was saying, like why did I become a model? Because like I said, when we see models, we just see them. They're not talking really. They may do small interviews, but most of the time when you see models, they're walking down a runway. So it's like okay, So then you hear those conversations. What a young woman or even an older woman, had to deal with when her father is, incarcerated. That's a big deal. But on a lighter note, I wanted to see that one of your passions was folder. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a big deal to have a father incarcerated and you can't touch him. You can go around and say, oh, yeah, where's your dad? And you say he's dead. That's a little bit easier than my dad is incarcerated for murder or for drugs. And, oh, by the way, I can't see him or touch him or they have to deal with the whole stigma associated with that. Oh, your dad's a criminal.
Yeah.
So how do you, with all that taken in, when you do your, you're counseling people, you're listening to their issues, you're trying to get people to not commit suicide, all that kind of stuff. How do you detox yourself so you don't absorb all those energies and keep yourself at peace? Like, do you have a certain ritual that you do for yourself to just kind of like unwind when you
like meditation or something?
Yeah, I meditate daily throughout the day. It's not at one time. Depending on the situation that I'm going into or I just came out of, I take a few minutes to center myself. I pray. I have a great support network of people, family and friends that I can call and vent to. I keep my own therapist to help keep me centered. Okay. So that I can unload information and thoughts in a confidential manner, because that's important. I can't talk to people about my work, where I go, who I talk to, what I do. Sometimes I have to leave town, and all I can say is I leave town. That's it.
Right.
Are you married?
Town may be going. Oh no, honey. Where you at? You got somebody in mind?
Not Mr. Stout.
I was going to say, I'm like, oh my goodness, you're like giving me
I am
already.
I am dating.
Absolutely beautiful. So I'm surprised that you're not. Somebody hasn't snatched you up yet. Like I'm surprised.
I am dating. I have met a wonderful, wonderful man, and we're gonna see where that goes.
Oh, that's you know what? Yeah, because I'm always curious. Like when women of power or women who have powerful jobs, I'm always curious. Like, are they married? And the reason why I'm always curious is because I wanted to know, have they met a man that is supportive enough to understand and allow them to be themselves without being intimidated. You know what I'm saying?
And that was one of the conversations that me and this person had, initially. You have to be able to handle what I do. I'm loyal, right? And so you have to know that. But if you can't handle my interactions with people, and that means while you're there and while you're not there, if you can't handle my interactions with people, other men, and even women. I mean, I have a lot of women who come on to me as well, which can make men uncomfortable.
You got them coming at you at all angles, huh?
Oh, honey, listen here. And my phone rings. I'm always on call. My phone can ring at 3 o'clock in the morning. I may have to get up out of the bed and not be able to tell you where I'm going and just go. And when I'm done with my day, which can be very stressful, I don't need the added stress of where you've been, who you've been with, who you've been doing. I don't need that. I need full support and encouragement.
You would definitely have to have a strong man who can. the guy you're dating must be a strong man.
Oh yes, honey. Yes. He is. And he's got a great sense of humor, which makes a difference. And we can be in the same place, and I can do what I do as far as a host, which means sometimes I'm, close with other men. People will come up and they want to hug you, talk. It's allowed. If it's a club environment, that's a loud environment, so people are going to be close.
Right.
They want to talk to you. So,
me and Mr. Stout had
been in situations together.
Me and Mr.
What was
Stout
the conversation?
We talked about that same thing, like trying to meet someone who we're in the entertainment industry who understands, like what you said, that you meet people from the opposite sex. You have your job takes you here, there, whatever, and sometimes it's hard for us to find people who can accept that. So
Yeah, that's true.
Kenneth and I have gotten in, the car together, and this person has been on the phone. It's been no problem.
Right.
So it's we just go on and do what we do, and that's the kind of support whenever you're in the industry that is needed.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We should have a dating game. So I told Terry we need to have a dating game for him. Oh, never mind. He just got married. My bad.
Mr. Stout.
My bad, kid. My bad. My bad.
You trying to get my man away?
Oh no. Erase that.
You
didn't hear that. Erase that part.
Well, he just ain't hit my ring yet. That's all.
I'm gonna put a ring on it. I'm gonna put a ring on it.
Oh.
No doubt. But also, Dr. Marie, that some of the things that you was doing as well was like you were in, like some of your passions, like you were doing roller derby and some of, like you said, I think I've seen some of for pole dancing. Did you elaborate on some of that stuff? That's like exercise, or just like
what you want to know about pole dancing?
I just wanted to know. I just wanted this is for my fellas out there.
So yes, about 2 years ago or so, I just needed an outlet, needed some exercise, and I've always liked to dance, and came across an ad actually that one of those Facebook things came across, and it was like, hey, come take this pole dance class, and when I did, I absolutely loved it. Shout out to Lucky's Room in North Carolina. Lucky is my pole mama, and she is wonderful, but she teaches me, low flow, sexy moves, how to be sexy and sensual. And taking pole dance classes doesn't mean that, you're a hoe or a prostitute.
Right.
It doesn't mean that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's the exercise.
So,
I actually thought they're going to actually implement this soon into the Olympics. They're going to put it in the Olympics soon. Like it's going to be. It takes strategy. Like it takes strength, and it's like gymnastics. It actually wants to implement it in the Olympics. It's like in the works, so it might be coming real soon. So it's not just going up there and just gyrating on a pole, but it's for some ladies out there. There is some technical stuff that you be doing with that.
Takes skill and strength.
What is the areas of your body that it strengthens the most? Is it the stomach? Is it the thighs? Like when you do it, what part of the body are you working the hardest?
Definitely, you're going to have strong arms because you'll be able to climb that pole. But people think about that. You really don't use your arms the most. You use your legs for climbing. Okay. So the inner thighs, especially, you get bruises all up around those knees and those inner thighs. So you're going to strengthen your glutes, your butt, your stomach. And there's a lot of work that goes on off of the pole. So it's not just about climbing or dancing on the pole. It is about work that you can do on the floor, strengthening exercises. There's a lot of mental strength that's needed for that as well. You have to be comfortable with your body, comfortable with moving it, and that was a big deal for me. It helped me to break loose some of those chains that I had growing up. Of you wear your shirt buttoned up to your neck, up to your chin. Don't show people what you got. Don't move in a sexy, sensual way because you don't want to send the wrong messages to would-be abusers. That's that bull. And so pole dancing helped me to break free of some of that, those chains.
We're living in the twerking world right now, so that's everywhere. So I don't think that has anything to do with the pole. It's not like exercise. It's just like,
I want to find me a class.
Twerking, hold on now. Twerking is an exercise, Kenneth. You ever try it?
Is it? No, I haven't. But I like to see it. I like to see it when it's being exercise. I like to see it.
It's definitely an exercise.
Okay.
With the twerk?
Twerk? Yes. That takes thigh strength. That takes, goodness. You get low.
The twerk is where you get your butt to move, right? That's twerking when you get the butt to bounce it down.
That's right. They've done that in Africa for years and years and years.
Yes, they do. Yes, they have.
The boys do it. The girls do it. The grandmas do it. But we turn it into something nasty.
Yeah.
We talk about it in a way that is not appealing.
Well, it's for the video.
Well, you definitely have a radio voice. You definitely have a very soothing. You got kind of like a soothing, naughty little radio voice though, because you're trying to figure out like what's Dr. Storm thinking about over there.
Boy going to the bedroom. You know what I mean?
Yes,
that's a finesse in the sound of the voice.
I also like physical sports, so I played roller derby. I get out there on the track with skates on 4 wheels on each foot. Played roller derby. I played some semi-pro women's football with contact.
Nice.
Okay.
That was
fun. The roller skating, that was a video that, do you roller skate? Because I know a lot of people don't roller skate as much, but I know that Patricia had for her Superwoman video, people were roller skating. Like, I learned how to roller skate, and then I haven't done it in, like, over 20 years. But I see people over there killing it. I was like, oh, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yeah,
yes,
I can't skate, but I love to skate.
I don't do well skating slow. I don't do well just with leisure skating. I have to have an agenda. Roller derby. Well, roller derby is not dancing. That's a lot of hip motion going into knocking people down.
Right.
Mr. Stout's mind's still on that pole. Get your mind up off that pole, Mr. Stout.
I'm over here looking at I was just doing some research, honey. That's all. I'm just doing some research.
Oh, that's what you call it. That's what you call it. My research these days.
I think that it's amazing that you are. So basically, this is letting professionals know you can be a doctor, you can be professional, you can be a judge, you can be whoever, but then you can also allow your creative side, your sexy side, your other side. You can do both. You don't have to be like a librarian type doctor. You don't have to be, I can't do this because I'm a doctor, or I can't do this because I'm a nurse, or I can't do this because I'm a librarian. You can go ahead, and do work your 9 to 5 or your 9 to 12 or your 12-hour shifts or whatever, and then you can go ahead and go find your pole somewhere and get all that stress up off of you, or go get you some skates and skate that stuff off. It's okay to show your sexy side. It's okay to be sexy. It's okay to be who you are. You can be who you are and still be a professional. You feel what I'm saying?
That's right. I got a lot of pushback initially when I started modeling, and a lot of pushback from people in my field about what that is going to look like to people and how people are going to interpret what I'm doing. And my response is, that's their problem. I refuse to be put in a box.
Are those the ones who had the shirt buttoned up to the chin?
Absolutely, honey, absolutely. Those are the ones that sit in a boardroom, and look down their glasses at the rest of us. I don't fit in any neat box.
They're the ones that's hanging out.
Them be the ones that go home and look at porno.
Yes, or go to the strip club.
Yeah, they're the ones at the strip club. Yeah.
Yeah, that just so nobody know what they do behind closed doors or whatever. Yeah. You know what? That bugs me. Like, don't judge me because I'm different. Don't judge me because, I'm not ashamed of my body, or I'm not ashamed to be sexy, or I'm not ashamed to do the things that makes me feel like a lady. Don't judge me just because that's not you. I still come in here and I still do my job. I still save lives. I still counsel people. I still do everything I'm supposed to do that I'm getting paid to do. But what I do when I clock out, that's my business. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
You go ahead and slide that off.
It's just perpetuating that cycle of body shaming. Yeah.
Huh?
We have a whole, there's a lot of body shaming that goes on. And, we want our young people to be healthy and happy, but we don't support things that they do to move in that direction. Instead, we say, conform.
Yeah.
Conform to the way that the world wants you to be. Conform to whatever.
It's like the moral police, right? Like they want the morality. You know what I mean? Like what goes with that position. Because if you're a fireman or something like that, and you do a calendar, then it's not. It's okay. You know what I mean? Because it's like more considered like a blue collar type of job. You know what I mean? But if you're a judge, you know what I mean? It's a white collar type of job, and it's like the morality that's in there. So people are like, oh, you're a judge, but but she's or he, they may be attractive, and they may be going, there's some modeling, but it's like when you're a judge or you're a teacher, you know what I mean? They really teachers get fired for doing like modeling in certain kind of ways, because they're doing something that they say is on the moral scene, which is just weird, I don't know.
Teachers especially. There were a couple teachers in North Carolina that lost their jobs because they either took pole dancing classes or taught pole dancing.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that people got a problem with what you do when you're no longer on the clock and you're not hurting anybody? Why do they care what you do? That to me, that's control. Why are you trying to control my life? So you're trying to tell me what I can and can't do? Like, it's crazy. Like, I feel like you should. It's hard for women anyway. I was telling one of my other co-hosts, women are not allowed to express our sexuality. It's like when we express our sexuality or we say what we want. Let's say you're dating somebody and sexually, this is, you're more aggressive sexually. We have women that we know what we want too. We just can't say it. Like that song by Summer Walker, girls need love too. Like it's like we're frowned upon because I just want to have sex tonight. We can't say that. I just want to go and find me a buck and just get my freak on. We're not allowed to say that because then they look at us like, oh my gosh, she's a freak. She's that. It's like women are not allowed to. I got you, baby.
Come on out and say
that. I got you, baby. I got you, Mr. Stout. I got you, Tang Tang. I got you, Boo Boo. I got a pole. I'm gonna put it right over there in your room.
That's right. Bring the pole in the room. That's right.
I'm gonna put the pole in the room, baby. I got you.
Nothing like
it's
that.
It's just like we're not allowed to express ourselves. Yeah, we're not allowed to express ourselves. So kudos to you for doing what you want to do.
Mm-hmm. And that's my message. No matter, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, whether I'm on stage hosting a party, whether I'm at, the club, the boardroom or the bedroom. My message is you can do those things that you want to do, those things that make your soul happy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I love it. So we're gonna take a quick break so we can get one of these songs in here. We're gonna come right back to you. So don't hang up, okay?
You got it.
All right, unscripted.
Hurts me the most when I wake. I fumble and twist till the truth starts to click. There's so much space in this bed. These sheets go for months. Dreams of your smile. I don't want to see that something real, and I don't want to feel your wings break free. Because without you, I'm lost in the breeze. I gotta be strong now. I gotta show you how I love you like I've never ever loved somebody. I'll give you things you didn't even know you wanted. Don't tell me that it's not enough. My time is up, you're over us. 'Cause I think I might do anything for you if you just let me. If you just let me. If you just let me. Just let me. Taste of your lips is still fresh, and the smell of your scent. How could I forget your words? How they cut me to shreds. But to tell you the truth, every piece is for you. I don't want to be that something real, and I don't want to feel your wings break free. Because without you, I'm lost in the breeze. I gotta be strong now. I gotta show you how I love you like I've never ever loved somebody. I'll give you things you didn't even know you wanted. Don't tell me that it's not enough. My time is up, you're over us. 'Cause I think I might do anything for you if you just let me. Yeah, if you just let me. If you just let me. I think I might do anything for you if you just let me. If you just let me. If you just let me. Just let me.
Love. Love is love, but I want love in its purest form. Yeah. I fell in love young, made my worst mistake. How many you know that puppy love can send a good man astray? So I really could feel anything after. So her love can never matter. Too caught up in the disasters of yesterday. She tried to. I thought I was willing. I lied to. Disconnected from my feelings. When she tried to, I tried to, and couldn't recognize that my heart needed healing. But how would I know
It's the only love that I ever known. How would I know if this love don't feel wrong to me? But it's the only love that I ever known. How would I know if this love don't feel wrong to me? It's the only love that I ever known.
I love that song. Oh, I love that song.
I was just thinking it, man. I'm over here rocking. I'm like, yeah, we gonna get it to that song, baby.
Yes, I love that song. So, I just wanted to, as we're getting closer and closer towards the end of the show, I just want to touch back to when you talked about having to go to a domestic violence shelter. So, I just did a movie. It took us 7 years to film it and just released it about 2 weeks ago. It's called This Can't Be Love, and it's actually, I released it on YouTube. And it surrounds a domestic violence shelter. And so with your experience with the domestic violence shelter and stuff, you understand the importance of domestic violence shelters then, right?
I missed the last part of that. Do you experience the what about the domestic violence shelter?
You understand the importance of having domestic violence shelters.
Oh. Absolutely. Yeah,
right.
At 3 o'clock in the morning, when you're in the midst of a violent storm, violent situation, and you put that call out, which is something that I needed to do, put that call out for somebody to, pick me up and have a place to go with children, that is invaluable.
I really feel like a lot of women's lives would have been saved if they had called that number. Because the thing is, with domestic violence, like I always say, the warnings come long before the worst violent act happens. Like, they've already been hitting on you, or there's been violence. People know about it. Like, it's not like all this. It's usually not just like all of a sudden this person who never did anything just blew up all of a sudden out the blue. It's not like that. It's like it's an escalating factor. So I really feel like if a lot of women would have called, during one of them times when it wasn't as bad, maybe they would have still been alive. Or you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah,
and if a lot of women would have had the information, that's where we fail a lot of times, is with getting the information to the people in a way that they can understand it. We assume that everybody understands things the way that we understand them, and that's not the case. We have a whole host of, this is a whole other conversation. We have a whole host of people who are illiterate, who cannot read and write beyond a basic what's your name, what's your phone number type deal. And so we put information out in a way that is not easily understood and not easily accessible. So yes, we lose a lot of people to death because of it.
I think that was one of the important things for me with the movie, was getting out the fact that there are domestic violence, getting out the fact that there needs to be even more domestic violence shelters available, and people need to, donate to them and all that kind of stuff, but also letting the community know, listen, there are domestic violence shelters. You can call that 1-800 number, you know what I'm saying, and you can find safety for you and your children. You get them shot records, you get those birth certificates, you get whatever little stuff you can grab real quick, throw it in a little bag, and roll up out of there. While they gone, while they went to work, while they at the store, whatever you got to do, get out of there. Do not wait and sit there, especially if they've already warned you and told you, they've already said the word, I'm going to kill you. And some, they start saying that stuff before it even happened. They start telling you what they're going to do, maybe weeks, days, months ahead of time. Like, get up out of there. Like, what you gonna wait till it happens? No,
Yeah,
that's right.
Good now. Yeah, that's that. So, Dr. Amarie, how can they get in touch with you and for more information about the things that are coming up with your radio show or your podcast, or for information, anything that if somebody would actually wanted to speak to you about getting any therapy or anything like that?
So I'm at Amarie Stormm on all platforms. AMARIE Stormm, STORMM with Storm with 2 M's. So Amarie Stormm, and at gmail.com. IG, Facebook, Amarie Stormm, and email amariestorm@gmail.com.
So if they wanted to book a session with you, it would be better to email you at amariestorm@gmail.com?
Yes, and then I will connect them to the other business side that they need to know about for therapy.
Okay.
Right.
Are you on Instagram? You said Instagram, everything is all the same. Amarie Stormm on Instagram too, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
And watch out for the Eye of the Storm.
The Eye of the Storm.
YouTube is coming. It's coming.
Yeah, we got a lot of.
It's all coming.
We gotta. You gotta hook me up. Give me that information, Miss Stout, so that I can follow her. Yes. And also, Mr. Van Miller. She has one too. So we definitely want to support. All the people that come, all our guests on, and let people know about it and build ourselves. I love all the criminal shows. So I love that psychology, trying to figure out what the hell is wrong with them type stuff. I like that kind of stuff. So I definitely would be interested in listening to your show. And you've made me want to find a poll. Baby, I'm gonna find a poll.
That's right.
Check out that portable X-Pole. Oh, you can put it in. You can put it in any room, back of your pickup if you got one.
I'm gonna have to get my baby a pole. Boo, you want me to get a pole? I'm getting a pole, baby. I'm getting a pole.
Get the pole, baby.
Get that pole. It's definitely therapeutic. I can tell you that.
Valentine's Day is coming up too, so a couple guys probably looking at.
I better hurry up then. I better hurry up then. I got a lot to learn how to slide down.
That's right.
Well, I am
Work
so
those
glad.
abs. Work those abs.
I know. I'm glad my baby don't care about my. He don't care about my stomach, do you, Mrs. Stout? You don't care. He says pillow.
I mean, I just all over it. That's what I do.
Hey, more bounce to the ounce, right?
That's right.
So we're coming actually to the end of our show. I'm so glad that you came on. We're definitely going to be looking out for your podcast. Shout out to Miss Van Miller for coming on. We're definitely going to look out for her podcast show and stuff.
Yeah.
And
I become a model. So part 3 is coming up. You guys look out for that. Yeah.
Right. So you still got a chance then, Dr. Storm, because part 3 coming, so you can go back to that casting call.
I got a chance. All right.
Yeah, I
need to get that
done.
You
was in there, so they'll bring you in there. There's another model who didn't make it to the one in South Carolina, so they actually got picked up for the one in Atlanta, and they'll be doing some things also on April 11th in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, right there. So that's going to be going on soon. So you guys look out for that. We have flyers all over the place for that. You can check that out as well on the Move Unscripted as well. Also on RenegadeRadio.com, we've also got that popping right now. The site is looking beautiful, so we'll be able to post up all those things. And we was told that everybody's show, including this one right here, that we're going to be able
on
to
the Move Unscripted.
Station.
Oh,
yes,
and
they're going
in
to
next
post
Sunday. I wanted to tell Mr. Stout to tune in next Sunday because Be Love be back. Me and Be Love. But we're out of here. 4 seconds left. 3, 2. Love y'all.
All right.
Peace.
Unscripted.